Hey, Outsiders. This week we've got myself, Pat, and
Brian, what's going on?
along with two vehicles, and we figure might as well do a comparison. We've got the 2024 Cadillac XT4 and
The 2024 Cadillac XT5.
now if you're debating shopping between these two, don't worry, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. We're going to score some points, see which one comes out ahead, and at the end we're also going to give you our impression of which one we think is a better buy. So let's start the games now. Let's start with exterior aesthetics, Brian. I think mine looks a lot sleeker. It's got that nice black grille, the monochrome badge. It's the sports trim just like yours, but it's got the newly redesigned headlights, a little bit more linear, a little bit more sleek. I definitely love the looks of it.
What I'm working with, the 2024 XT5. Didn't get an update this year, but what you got is that classic look for the XT5. I think the headlights look great on it. It's looks fantastic in that stellar metallic black. And then it all comes nicely together in the front end with some chrome highlights. I think it's very smooth looking, very nicely rounded edges. I love the look of this thing.
It's an oldie but a goodie. You know what? That one is a little bit too perception based. I think we're calling a tie on that one. What do you think? You got those nice Brembo brakes and all, and now you got nice multi-spokes rims. I think my rims are nicer looking, but I'm gonna go with a tie.
It's a close call, but a little bit of personal preference in there. I'll take the draw for that one.
Okay, let's go with under the hood. I've got a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine putting out 235 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. What do you got?
I'm working with a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6 that runs through a 9-speed transmission to give you 310 horsepower, 271 pounds-feet of torque. That's a lot of go juice.
Okay. What's your towing capacity though?
My towing capacity comes in with the V6 at 3,500 pounds.
I've also got 3,500 pounds, but I've only got one option for the engine, and you definitely beat me in the output. So I think we're going to give that point to the XT5. So our first point goes to the XT5. It's got 2 engine choices, and it's definitely got a more horsepower and more torque and a better 0 to 60 time. What's your 0 to 60?
6.7 seconds.
7 seconds. So he's going to beat me in the race. We're going to give you the points for that one.
I will take them.
All right. Well, you know what? That's all fair. And what about fuel economy, though?
Fuel economy. So I am looking at 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers. That'll give you a not so impressive 21 miles per gallon.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna beat you on that one. 25 mpg or 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers. And you know what, folks? You can actually achieve that and better on both these vehicles. If you haven't checked out our review, check out our review. We reviewed this vehicle and that vehicle. We got full reviews on it, including the fuel economy. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the show so far. And please help support this military veteran channel of doing car reviews. So I've got a better fuel efficiency. I'm taking that point. Any objections, Your Honor?
I will say this thing in the smaller engine gets slightly more comparable numbers to yours, but the XT4 will still beat it with the 2-liter engine.
That's right. So 1 point, ding, for the XT4. And that brings us to a tie. Now we've got talking about tech. What we got going on for tech? We got a Google built-in user interface. No big deal. But what is a big deal is those 33 inches of display with a 9K resolution. You still got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So much tech. Brian, what you got?
On my side of the house, what I'm working with is a 8-inch screen It looks good, but it's getting a little long in the tooth. I'm also working with the original GM user interface, so I'm not in there with the Google system. It is Android Auto.
Wireless Android Auto.
That's the thing. Wireless Android Apple CarPlay is included, so your phone will hook up no problem. Unlike me trying to spit out words.
Well, I think the missus is going to be much more impressed with my 33 inches. So we're going to give the point for the tech to the XT4. That's 2 points for the XT4. Take that, Brian.
Ouch, man.
What we got next? What do we got next? We have comfort. Let's go over the comfort of these vehicles. Now, they're going to be pretty similar as far as comfort and such.
You definitely get a lot of the same features. One thing I will mention with the XT5 is you do have tri-zone climate control. The XT4, you only get that dual zone, so the people in the back are going to sweat a little if
What's your legroom like back there?
39 inches in the back seat.
I've also got 39 inches, which is actually quite surprising for the compact SUV, because let's face it, this is a compact SUV, this is a mid-size SUV, correct?
Correct.
And
where I do edge you out a little bit, obviously this thing's a little bit taller, so I do have more headroom in there.
you do have more headroom, you have that tri-zone. I'm going to give you that point so you can catch up to me reluctantly. So we're at 2 points apiece. What about cargo? I think this one is going to be a very unfair battle because his is bigger. And that's not what she said.
Bigger's always better.
Cargo space here, I can max out about 48 cubic feet.
I'm looking at 63 cubic feet. So,
okay.
Not much of a competition there.
Not much of a competition there. He's definitely got me beat. A lot more cargo space in that one. But I think I still have a trick up my sleeve. Price. Let's talk about price. Let's go. Give me those numbers. Give me those numbers, Ryan.
The sport model. $78,000 Canadian. 65,000 US. Pretty nice price tag on that one. What are you looking at?
Mine's pretty similar, but instead of 65,000 US, it's 65,000 Canadians, which equals up to 55,000 US. So I definitely beat you. Just like a $10,000 US margin there.
That's noticeable. I think my bank account would feel that. So
point for the XT4.
Something to think about.
Okay, so that gives us 3 points apiece. That makes these vehicles fairly neck and neck as far as the numbers go, as far as competition go. So if you're shopping around, you have to keep in mind certain things, right? What's more important to you? Fuel economy and overall tech, or, you know, cargo space.
I think at the end of the day, what most people are going to look for is dollar for dollar, the value for their buck, right? Which car gives you the most bang for your buck? What do you think, Pat?
I think the XT4. That is what I would be going for. It's not just because that's the car I had and that's the car I reviewed and that I'm better than you, Brian, but it mainly has to do with the fact that dollar for dollar, this one's just been refreshed. It is a lot more modern. It can still tow 3,500 pounds, save you a lot on gas. And if you don't need that extra headroom, cargo space, or if your kid is not that much way off of your temperature controls that you need a tri-zone, this is definitely a way better buy, especially with that 33-inch screen. I mean, the interiors are roughly the same materials. We've got leather interior everywhere and everything is soft touch. It's just that 33-inch screen makes such a big difference where it's positioned and the tech that comes along with it, and that you still get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On top of that, I get an extra feature, which is massaging seats, which definitely comes in handy sometimes on long road trip, and a few extra features as far as overhead camera looks. So they got the 3D digital look that I'm going to show you right now on the screen that he does not have. It's just still part of the tech, but I just think that price point, refresh included, everything updated, fuel economy, still can tow as much. I've got to give it to the XT4.
Now, I want to disagree with you just on principle, but honestly, my wallet has to have a vote on this. And because of the refresh, because of all the little things that are just, and in a lot of ways, these two vehicles are very comparable, except for price. And it's just a little hard for me to say a vehicle that's essentially 7 years older is worth just as much as something that's brand new. So I will begrudgingly give you the point for dollar value there. But I will say this, way more fun. You cannot beat a V6, and I don't need massaging receipts because when that thing rumbles, I feel it, and that's more than enough for me.
That's great, Brian. But let's hear from somebody that actually does matter. You guys, give me your comments down below. I want to hear from you. I've heard from Brian. I hear from him all the freaking time. But I want to hear what you guys think. Which car wins in your category? Does the old traditional V6 matter that much for you that you're going to want to go with that one, even though it's a little bit outdated as far as tech and as far as fuel economy and other features compared to the XT4, which has a little bit less room, but it's very, very capable. So I want to hear from you guys as we sign off. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content, or if you just want to support military veterans trying to do something new with their lives, such as a YouTube channel. And if you don't want to support, then you know what? We don't like you anyways. But we're going to sign off and catch you in the next video. Don't forget to check out our review.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.